These things are supposedly the best practice tool since sliced bread. Are they? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen, and it's good to have you along. Today I'm taking a look at the Boss Waza Air headphones. Now these are supposedly the best practice thing since sliced bread, if sliced bread is a practice too. Anyway, this is going to be a bit of a different video. I buy the gear that I review so you get an honest review. I have no vested interest in saying these are good, these are bad, whatever. Really, the reason I make these videos is to help you people decide if there is a product that you want, maybe save you a bit of money, you know. Plus I get to have a bit of fun. The problem is that I don't have the gear to actually show you what these sound like. So I'll just explain the pros and cons, what I thought of them, because I've had these for a while now. I really wanted to give them a proper spin, so you wouldn't just get first impressions, because first impressions can often be good, but sometimes they're not. So, what are these? These are wireless headphones. So you have this bit, you connect to your guitar. Yeah, you stick that in there. That was so unnecessary. And then you have these headphones that you that pair up with this. You can control these via an app where you can dial in the sounds, but you can also select sounds on the buttons here, and you have a volume button as well. You can play music through these as well, so you can hook them up to Spotify via Bluetooth on your phone, so you can practice along to stuff. You can practice along to YouTube, backing tracks, whatever. If you have something on your phone, you can practice along to that as well. You get 6 different slots of sounds, blah blah blah. Why are these so great? Well, the wireless feature is kind of handy, but the selling point with these, or part of it at least, was that they sound like you're on stage, or they can. So you have 3 different modes. You can have one mode so that it's as if you were on stage. So when you move your head, it's like the amp, because your head moves relative to the amp, so the sound source changes like you were on stage, and you get a bit of that kind of reverb that you would have on stage. It sounds remarkably good. Actually, the first time I tried it, it was really impressive. I was quite blown away by it. And there are videos of people trying these, actual proper real big time pros like Yngwie Malmsteen, like Steve Vai, trying these and going, hey, that's cool. So that's quite nice. Then you also get the studio version of that, which is kind of smaller space, and then you get the static kind of thing where it's just as if you were playing through regular headphones. Only the headphone out on most devices is not too great. So how do these sound? Well, they sound quite good, at least in the beginning. They have a very katana-like feel. So the Boss Katana, if you're unfamiliar with it, most people are kind of familiar with it. I have a review of the 50 I can link to, but these sound pretty much like a katana in headphone format. And if you like the katana, that's a good thing. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the katana. But the good thing with these is that if you live in let's say an apartment where you have neighbors who get annoyed easily, maybe you have paper thin walls or something, these are a great thing. Or if you have a family, either you live with your parents and your parents keep screaming, Karen, keep it down! Or you have kids who just scream for no reason, because kids do that. I mean, what's wrong with kids? Anyway. I mean, why do they have to scream so much? You can take these, you can take your guitar, you can go hide in the kitchen or wherever and kind of lock everything out with these. And that's a great thing. But if you live in a house where people won't get annoyed, these are maybe not for you. So, how do they sound? Like I said, initially they sound very good, but then it's a katana in headphone format. And the real deal breaker for me was that when I played along to stuff, see, I like to practice with a backing track or put songs on from wherever, like actual songs. And I was playing along to something, might have been by Yngwie, might have been by Steve Vai, I forget. Even when I put the music down really low so that I barely hear the snare so I know where the beat is, the music ate up frequencies so that the guitar sounded totally uninspiring and really just made me want to stop playing. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem because these cost quite a lot. I think they were 400 euros new here in Europe, thereabouts. You can let me know what they go for in the States. But for that kind of a price, I would be expecting slightly better sounds. Then again, to be fair, this is fairly new technology, so that brings the price up. I'm pretty sure we'll be getting other products like this later on and prices will come down. But for the time being, I'm not too sure. Now, I actually bought these to keep these if these were good because I have a bit of a practice issue at home because I have 2 kids and we don't live in a big apartment, a big flat. I don't have a room of my own to work in, to practice in. So these could have been a great solution, but I think I'll just get something else. Stick small amps everywhere in the house and just have a cable and a guitar and go to whichever room the kids are not in and practice there. Because I can think of a huge amounts of amps that sound way better than these. Even the Boss Katana in itself sounds better than these. And despite the fact you get pedals, you get effects, you get all the trimmings in these things. You get different amp types, clean, crunch, and so on. And you can use this with bass and acoustic as well, if I remember correctly. And you get overdrive pedals, distortions, fuzzes, you get delays, reverbs, and all of that. And it still falls short because the main sound isn't all that great. And really, you could get something way cheaper, and you could get a few different things way cheaper to have in your house and practice. I would recommend the Boss Katana Mini, the Roland Microcube, Harley Benton Tube 5 or 15, the Bugera V5 Vintage, Marshall DSL1, the New X Mini thing, even that is better than this. But if you are into that whole katana thing, then these are maybe something to take a look at. Personally, I will be selling these and getting something else. So they're not a total waste of space, but they're just not for me. So, if you want to watch more of my gear reviews, there's a playlist here somewhere. There's also a playlist with my music. You can check that out if you want to. Please click like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification thing, and join me on Patreon because I buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest review. Plus, you get all of my music, a bunch of exclusives, and access to my Guitar Academy, and it's basically free. So, if you want it to be. And there's a link to that in the description as well, so check that out. I hope to see you in another one. Take care. Goodbye.